Accra, Ghana's capital city and the largest city in the country. The word Accra is believed to originate from the Akan word Nkran, meaning ants. It is no wonder that you will see men and women hustling and bustling under the blazing sun to earn a penny or two. In these very streets walked a great man, a man who led Ghana's liberation struggle. His name, Kwame Nkrumah. It was during his reign that Ghana made great developmental strides, like the building of the Tema Township, the Accra-Tema Motorway, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, the Great Akosombo Dam, and of course, his key role in the formation of the Organization of African Union. With Kwame Nkrumah, beyond the borders of Ghana, he is hailed for his achievements.
This decade is the decade of African independence. Forward then to independence. To independence now. Tomorrow, the United States of Africa.
To him, African Union was a passion, and I think he's right. Look at what is happening in Africa now. Congo, the richest country, what is there now? Warlords all over with this private enterprise from outside. They do what they like. I mean, and look at what is happening in all Africa. He foresaw that if we didn't come together, we would be in our present state.
Dr. K.B. Asante was the Secretary of State during Kwame Nkrumah's rule. He recounts Nkrumah's character.
He could be charming when he wanted to, but normally, as someone who worked with him, he was what I would call a charming, hard taskmaster.
He was a good dancer, and he liked music, yes. And we would hear music. But I remember high life music around us.
His smile was infectious.
Perhaps you didn't hear what I said.
That was the charm of Nkrumah, a man who was very committed to Africa. Nkrumah lived and died African.
In September of 1909, in a village in the Gold Coast, as Ghana was called then before independence, a son was born. Francis Newyear Kofi Ngonioma, to his father a goldsmith, and his mother a retail trader. This name later changed to Kwame Nkrumah. Nkrumah was educated at the prestigious Achimota College in 1930 and thereafter became a teacher.
Nkrumah was a very ordinary human being. He was human like all of us. He was born in a very small, tiny village in the western region of Ghana. He had his education, Catholic education, went to a Achimota school, initially wanted to be a Catholic priest, and eventually taught in the Achimota school, which was the most prestigious high school under the colonial rule.
At the age of 26, Nkrumah left the Gold Coast to study at Lincoln University in the USA. He read widely from the literature of Karl Marx and Marcus Garvey. And from then on, ideals of socialism became appealing to him.
Nkrumah was very much inspired by Marcus Garvey and the whole idea of return to Africa and black freedom. That inspired him a lot too. So he knew about all those things. That would have fueled his ideas for a kind of Pan-African consciousness and the need to rally a wide range of people in pursuit of what he wanted.
In the United States of America, he came across, writings of George Padmore and co, who were in the Pan-African movement, W.E. Du Bois and all. And eventually in 1945, he linked up with them in Manchester, United Kingdom, where they organized the 5th Pan-African Congress. And they decided to accelerate the struggle for liberation of Africa.
As men of thought and action, they exerted great influence on the young Nkrumah. His ideas for the unity of all Africans later came to be known as Pan-Africanism. In his book, I Speak of Freedom, Nkrumah wrote, "Divided we are weak. United, Africa could become one of the greatest forces for good in the world." After 12 years of being away from the colony, Nkrumah was invited to become the Secretary General of the first ever political party in the Gold Coast, the UGCC. Nkrumah and the founding members of the party were later known as the Big Six. 1948 was the year that saw the Gold Coast go through perennial unrest that resulted to boycotts and mass action. Goods that were brought in by Asian, Lebanese, and European traders were too expensive for the locals to afford.
There was a boycott of British goods because people felt that the Association of West African Merchants, which included all the British and expatriate firms, had raised prices far beyond the capacity of Ghanaians.
The colonial government blamed the leaders of the UGCC for stirring up trouble, and this led to the arrest of Dr. Nkrumah and the UGCC party members. They were imprisoned in James Fort and were charged with instigation, looting, and rioting. The imprisonment did not deter Nkrumah from his continued opposition against British rule.
His arrest did not in any way dampen enthusiasm within the party that he had founded, largely because some of the activists remained outside the prison walls.
1951 was the year that saw the Gold Coasters voting for self-rule. By this time, Kwame Nkrumah had split from the UGCC to form his party, CPP.
In 1951, the party that he formed out of the United Gold Coast Convention, which was the Convention People's Party, won a landslide victory in the general elections, and he became the leader of government business, or more or less the prime minister of the Gold Coast at the time.
In the struggle of CPP, there is victory for us.
CPP had a big following. The youth particularly believed in Kwame Nkrumah and his ideologies, and actively campaigned for his release. After the party's landslide victory, the pressure on the colonial government to free Nkrumah increased.
At Accra, a huge crowd cheers as Kwame Nkrumah leaves James Fort Prison freed by the governor as an act of grace on the eve of the inauguration of the new constitution.
The British governor, Sir Charles Arden Clark, eventually recognized him as the prime minister. Between 1945 and 1965, a significant number of African countries gained independence from European colonial powers. Ghana became the first African country south of the Sahara to gain independence on 6th March 1957.
When the Gold Coast successfully get their independence official, Ghana is the name. Ghana, we wish to proclaim. We will be
That we are going to say that we create our own African personality and identity. We dedicate ourselves not only in the struggle to emancipate other countries in Africa. Our independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with total reflection of the African continent.
Jerry Rawlings a former head of state, remembers the mood of the time.
We were playing football, and I could hear the siren, and everybody sort of stopped wherever they were, listening to the siren. But of course, I mean, not me. I was chasing after the ball, and I found I was the only one chasing after the ball while everybody was listening to the siren when I ran into a barbed wire. And that's the scar I have here, on that day.
Those who have hats on, to take off your hats and let the band play our national anthem. And from now on, that national anthem is the national anthem of the Gogo to be played on all occasions.
The mood was electrified. Everybody was seeing the dawn of a new beginning. This was the day on which he said that the African was capable of governing himself. And he said that we as Africans should be allowed to make our own mistakes. That was an incredible day.
Its freedom served as an inspiration to other African countries struggling against colonial rule, and as a result, Ghana occupied a central role in the fight against imperialists. On 31st December 1957, while in office as Prime Minister, Kwame Nkrumah quit the Bachelors Club. Fatia Ritz and Kwame Nkrumah became husband and wife a few hours after she landed in Accra from Egypt. This was a marriage that baffled many. It was not understood why Kwame Nkrumah asked for a bride from Egypt. She did not speak English, and neither did Kwame speak Arabic.
Mother was a young woman from a different culture. She left her family to come in and her home base to come and live here. So I think it was a challenging marriage in a sense, but I remember her saying she would do it all over again.
He, I think, did not marry her because she was in love. I think he just felt that it was time for him because of his position. He was then prime minister and then eventually became president in 1960. I think he needed to have that image.
Together, they had 3 children, Gamal, Samir, and Sekou. From a previous relationship, he fathered a son, Francis Nkrumah.
We had an ordinary childhood in the sense that our father, when he was at home, he was a very modest, simple man. So I remember playing around him, all of us. But I remember little things like him insisting on giving us a spoon of honey because it was good for us. Yes.
It wasn't long before that Kwame Nkrumah's regime started going through the mill. By declaring Ghana a one-party state, he was perceived as a dictator.
So with a one-party system, everything became all Nkrumah, and that was wrong.
But you see, that again is a total misunderstanding of African history. Almost all of the African states which broke away from the colonial yoke established one-party states.
Do you think one-party state is good for democracy? If it wasn't democracy, then they should have left us with their colonial masters. They did not force us.
I waited one day when it was a good mood alone. Then I said, why do you want a one-party state? Then he said, I've established so many industries and institutions, and I don't have enough competent people to man them. Many of the people who can do this are in the opposition. And that was why later I found the only way out was to have a one-party state. So we all belong.
His predicament did not end there. He went ahead and implemented the Preventive Detention Act. This gave him power to detain anyone he deemed a threat without a trial.
All his bills were passed through Parliament, even preventive detention bill. He didn't just get up and say, I, Kwame Nkrumah, from today, I'm having this law. No, he went through the process, went to Parliament, and Parliament passed the preventive detention bill.
The elite in those days were against this dictatorial type of governance. And so the opposition to Kwame Nkrumah increased.
How can the person who led us to struggle for the right to elect our own leaders become a dictator? The person who led us in struggle to assert our rights as human beings become a dictator. Strange logic, strange definitions.
It was his own people, his own government that gave him away because he was becoming a nuisance.
Okay, get us.
As Nkrumah walked in the gardens of Flagstaff House, which served as his residence, he was the target of a failed assassination attempt.
One day he was walking from his office, from his house to his office, and the policeman opened fire on him. What was it to do with that policeman? Give him a bouquet of flowers and kiss him on the cheeks for attempting to assassinate him? I don't understand this.
The beacon of Africa.
4 hours, so better what me 4 hours when you your man. What me for 4 hours and you your man. Video me manipulation na make catch now.
Did not use the tax money to
So
you standing here taking the tax money. Africa is coming here. The beacon of Africa. 4 hours, so better what me 4 hours when you your man. What me for 4 hours and you your man. Video me manipulation na make catch now. Did not use the tax money to do it. So you standing here taking the tax money. Africa is coming here.
say me see hotel or Dubai. Makachro mo say MPP for yenko Dubai. Na ye hotel ni yenko je. Ni enton hotel no ni yenko sika na mragana. Ebe shine. DKM yes me ne lodina there. And then mo na mo wa ban mu. DKM mo ka je one na DKM ye ne there. Yes me ships we were Tokyo Harbor. I just say entro no there. Many lodina for 100 million World Bank money. Who World Bank money when he? World Bank money and my Ministry of Finance and the Bank of Ghana ho. Yeah, then cause a Bank of Ghana have 100 million. Na transfer Kugu Swiss Bank account. Mini Swiss Bank account. Mini foreign account. Be a I don't have a foreign account anywhere. My account is in ADB and Zenith Bank and Guaranteed Trust Bank. 3 banks. If you want to investigate me, investigate those banks. My money is all there. And so, Science Trono, Omudia, I'm running a family and friends government. Family and friends made Nipa Bakope, my cousin, Joyce Bauer, and an deputy minister, my Baimo. Ode Shema Bain in I say, Mebusu and Ibi Waho. And so, and Trono the Ned also. And see, Ama, a form a Yibi Ewa Ghana for a dream. What I say? But a nation near Koso. A nation near Koso. Boss they will investigate Japan PDS yenya audio president's cousin your friend saying Gabi any bumpty voices was negotiating the shares in PDS. We heard their voices negotiating the shares in PDS. Yes, you've been reducing the share no muntiminche Emma other people. We've all heard the audio. And so I say about the bottage, you know, and the boba because no media for you now. You made so much noise during my time, and then we now you
can't go below 40.
No, sir.
At all.
Yes, that means you will go. You know, we come far.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah. No, I can't go below the 40. I would rather prefer getting off and just getting something out of it and just getting off.
Okay, so I see.
It's just to demonstrate that this is for me and it's not for anybody. And that is something I want to just come up very strong on.
Okay, if that's your kind of position, then we have to let the others know and spread the sound of moving forward.
Okay, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
The nation builder, Mahama, run up your wet money. Mahama, Organamatu, Mahani, Sukuwadai, hospitals, Aquapapa, Sedana Beya, Yebelie, Yahumbakoya, Oh, 1 million jobs.
Anumre yamoacho emoha Emma wache ewo maybe also Sesei ana wodi we fidie na to ha afidie ni din de Apple 68 FM Chumedia Samray Kwakusket Medebro matudi ka newu na ensamfo abonom yensa Samray Pahwa ewo Makana America Samray abonondu apa ho sma abonondu apa ho sma aduasa enwotwe edru satamia Kwakusket and the dom the take control ewo Kana Anumre awie baby awo bia me fa kwanya kase so na mechiaw and then now what by this time na on my Kana ehuru pecha onyame atom abano yato awie enim se ebi mu afrim abusuafo yema mo hyeden yema mo yakọ obi bia ne de hye afrim yema no kose yema ne yakọ pa kase onyankopon ebekasa akufu ado aban ene yato apa otumi kunkum nipa adube hwemedie etwagu abo Facebook Apple 68 FM Ghana World Modern Ghana Training Radio Flash Apple 68 FM Ghana World News 1 Ghana Politics Online.com Ghana Breaking News Okoba Chumadi no ekwe Sana said Madi Kuri Obetimi and wo YouTube Apple 68 FM Okoba on Sabetimi Akaye Owa Maikana Oko Adeshie Kumasi 99.1 and the committee no ekweku Pepia ewu edra number say na se one man tema obeba na Kwakusket and then the Tom Kuchao Anumre menewo papetin komo afakana kwanya yenam so a on my Kana asenke kwanya yenam so a on my Kana atudware na Kana na apro owura Mahama ba Mr. President baby I will be a bichiao mampani papa bi o mampani a woti no kre o mampani a wo bre no ho ase o mampani a wo wa patayo enti mane mai papa baby I will be a anwure me bo me mu ase enti maw ene anwure ma kire bia dwumadie tuku ene bia dwumadie ekoto afa nyina awi no eye o man Kana honkomo ene ye papeti ya to abana wie sekan etuo aduro bi amra fom na kwanya ye betia fa so na o man de be konanim ye neskese John Dramani Mahama me so betimi a ye message now enunti na ye mu bi ye say ye time ye say ye sika ye say ye de nyina na editing radio so kasama no because yenum say ni pan wa ye bi pen enti yenum de wonu mu a obetimi de ama Kanafo enti samre boni bi aba wutrim se wo bedi boni atia John Mahama adwene bi a wadwene fabra fom chenyina ye Kana ba ko emabuna amone nam office na mosesa neoma mosesa fertilizer sematiase munyina obia mbrafo mo mosesa sesa neoma wotem mo mosema de ye befa we obia mbrafo na yenko yenwere Kana ho mesre abade ato awie obia ntimi nkoche efficacy de wawini and Pabon necessary you know, yet the Tanachi, not ultimately yet commandement on my camera. About Weber, my penny of Kufan, be our catcher. Dear Mamo, I could cry when you feel what here. A Kufan will be a fish of a bob papa. No wager at the Piato, and the Shedia Kana could. But that's here, but a mui and catch it. Owura John Mahama wo nkwa de Ghana ya chenkwa ene ani da so nyina obeba befa oman no na wo de yakọ pressure asase so anwumre ya bedi komo wo mu anu wo sa Owura John Mahama ntimi nyo mampani ta asofo a mo hyankom mu nyina na mu we wonyame sa wakasa wo de na ko John Dramani Mahama ade na makana na senti kura woka na oba gineti no anu nti no wonya 2% amra sabetwem na nyankopon pese John Dramani Mahama oba gi kan de si ho enti nyankopon hyada se memma na mra sabetwem toto ama bibia me pese me ya ema me man metumi aye asofo no mo wani no wa mu hunkan Kwaku sket makan what will be baba betra so dem na masenkom me say die when yankopon no say wo wura kwa me John Dramani Mahama obetimi yeketuma ma proso enti wa sheda and wo man mra sebetwam dodo abuka faso and the power sir Mr. President kuta the wo person wo ye de kan pia obetimi aye enti wo important hwe and the wo call region bia MPP for the MP back pempo ho and so me pamucha more friend munya me wo TV so anya me wo TV so na sese na obefra me wo TV so me pacha me sremo anti wo wura John Dramani Mahama wonyankopon pese oye adwuma no anti was more than 2 texts our parliament ama what can be our person with it ayarsabi our person with sisi the akufu do ni pejanya ya akangura the one Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia scam chema wuntimi atro our santimensu woman asantemai anya yade poto na wada so tia santemen Owura John Mahama wonyankopon kasai ama wonyamra shepetwa mutoto powers na Owura Mahama kutano powers are Mr. President John Dramani Mahama kutano adwuma biara opreso ye no mpatem say ya kwan say ya nsuo free education amanfo bi bi share Mr. President Mahama kon say wo beku no ne ye de to asie dun katia so and free education no me can have say a better best free education in West Africa. That me can say mo date me koso kasa me si wo bia mo date ye ma me mo a na mo won krase na chama wuntimi tesi krase no de dada mo say Mr. President Mahama ba obeku free education and Mr. President John Dramani Mahama Baba ye free education, Papa. Mawu ni a wato wato me so me wato me na da che me ma atihi. Anwumre ye bekeka sansam ni na bom Owura Canada Japan esesa President Mahama to safra no na bem ne ye hwem efa amesware wo ho. Oman pani akufadu konti opesi ejada ne esiedu for jabi dan kwa wuro enti wote ya yesi ekodi asem no obi a wono se wawo obi sekan ne yesi wanya say 4 na Ghana abanya 3 because woman pani akufadu pesi wo jana wo huse Owura John Mahama Mr. President Mahama ba enti wo pese wo jada ne yesi no ya asem full case ni na beti hunkomo wa fidie so obi ma ye ti ase se wate Madina oba me premises a fatade pon ansenji abo ye bu bon names akwasi say United States of America kachini pe bisana sa yen kase amfa no nkotomo na se mission questions and then the next kwan ye bedi we mu nyina ho nkomo me pa chawo me ta me ho friend no maba me pa hie nsem na to akuma ma me mama oh and now oh matade amahye no me do owura dwo mama to akire pafo me do Mr. President so much who me chipa me the President Mama picture ato akire producer mama nyom ba ko na me na humra awurade bien ko na eni chabe fie eni chapa ko okay yes adwuma na se dwuma die etem akopum Ghana time no nsia ebe ye dey epepo me se dwuma die na ye dey etem akopum no nsia o my Ghana time no nsia epepo anyumira me ni wudin komo afa Ghana Mr. Kennedy Japan, what to say? Mr. Kennedy, a compra kwa Japan, what to say? Oh, so what the amino baby didn't come a kakra. And sana mi via the acano, but the atwat show. Mr. Kennedy Japan, oh, and yes, I'm possible, you're possible. But baby, I'm Bradano, as a second of Edim Rato. Baby, I'm Ra Edda, as a son of my kana, Yedim Ra Eto. Yan fam ran to wa, or China, or Bibako di Monia, as we say. Yet you come ho, Emma in some training, a mere soiree way. Oman Penny Kufadu ma yet yes, say. I will use a name when you're present to be ended. What were just couple days. A Kufado, what were just couple days. The Kuma up here. We need power be our kind of view. A Kufado, a claw, a Kufado scammer. What my kind of what yes, say. I will use Anna's principles. When you announce in a bayagma, Anna's a color when you announce yagma. A Kufado better could just so pair. Obia was so by used to announce principles. And what it's announce good in Sechi. And we reckon that in Japan, I shall see someone announce. Was he announce a faha, no wafaha, wafaha, no wafaha, na obeti announce. We reckon that in Japan, may can some in the Ababesia Samson, and my weekend and near wood Yemen. What will be the assembly from the park? Or say I will use announce principles. And the Yemisasa announce principles. No, I know what can. O reckon that the Japan to announce Sosa. Was said that can take it. I go to buy. I could track it, announce. I announce video. Moma Yantia says, announce a faha, no faha, or faha, no faha, or faha, no faha, not what tata nas. Voice of all, with the Yamajuma, with the videos, etale, and my make one baby, and make candy a quackisi, and my ba, one baby, a whisket, and then some floor paper. So me faha, not anasa faha, be faha, no faha, be faha, no faha, na me teteno, na me tata, na me the anasi videos, and baby paponte. Obia no am say. Woman, you are not a young woman to catastrophe. About we buy a scam. The NTA or reckon in Japan. Some more kind.
Miss Ronuka. Nano a powerful power. Oh, yes. I think his day be about Bakati and the whole Ghana 12
first story number anything I made the able about Slovenia. Okay, no what the way I'm up for. Attend the game.
Yeah. He thought he could use the media to block it. Yeah. And I'm that and so security. Pakumika said, also, when I saw Oni and I was a man in court, I'll beat the shit out of him to take that thing out. You are the security regular to be. Many, never mind, you are kind of what? Full support from them. Oh, yeah, full support. First, no, the oh, yeah.
Your cocoa man, she won't know. On people who are more you. Yeah,
Yadam at this year 99.1 Facebook. Oko at this year 99.1. I will Facebook swap. O tablet yakan. Sanya Apple 68 FM. Okwa na wa share video no. Obura Kennedy Japan na ka say. Or say what catch them and say, I will beat. Get out of here. Send to Kura make a case answer me say. Would you be a sent here tape on the back on count? Police about back will come home.
Miss Ronuka. Oh. Nano is powerful.
Oh, yes.
Honorable. I think his baby about Bakati and the whole Ghana 12
first story about anything I made the amiable about the way okay, no what the way I'm up for. Oh, attend the deal.
Yeah. In fact, he could use the media to block it. Yeah. And I'm tired. And so what is security? Kwaku can say, also, next only and out of me in court, I'll beat the shit out of him to take that thing out. You are security graduate could be. Many, never venue, you are coming. What? Full support from there. Oh, yeah. Full support. First, no, the oh, yeah.
Your cocoa, Nancy, on people who are more you.
Why are you racking at the Japan and the castle? Yet Ghana, I'm what Tata Nas, or we what to say a Nas, some training, Napalaso. Obia, or say I will use a Nas principles. A Kufado, Nakai. If you never tell so much Facebook, open your videos in our life. Open videos are post 68 minutes this idea in the first. The year Cassa dear Tam, Mina didn't candy buy. I made in a no brick by him buy ye. And ye mea and son actually 1 more can lepa. Why? And what me? Me fadi see to me chere opia. Opia no payment me chere because me nyanya come. Obi to me from me chere way. Obi to me from me. Meaning said yeah recording cry chere me. Because now me person excellency John Dramani Mahama. I beg you press it. We get my bread pa. Woman penny Akufado when you're present to be what can I say? I will use announced principles. Chama with Mutiamo Kumase. When you never with Yame, Mona Sampa, the band number 2 free Ghana. Ebe Pamo, Eba Ghana, Ebe Pamo. Ebe Kua said the back of Tutobu. Woman no Masan, and the Echaso. Now, Mama some of us said your mamma would have become a pampaso, Mubuma, Kumako. Some Corfono, Mum Pekan a year, dear, because when did a pen what check until Camon Qua, come on, tell them, no so can and Amonco. Was it I will use another principles, a good one, and a kind, you could see, and me back, and she makes us from the
You have specifically mentioned corruption within the taxation system. What exactly will you do to stamp this out?
The measures are going to be difficult, but there have to be a variety of them, including what I call the ANAS principle, setting up highly motivated professional groups of young people who will work, if you like, as it were, undercover to unearth examples of corruption wherever they can find it, and thereby allow the authority to deal with the issue. Because not only do you unearth the corruption, but you actually deal with it in terms of sending people to court, prosecuting them. Hopefully the courts will cooperate and make sure that the offenders are are found guilty and sanctions appropriately enforced. So a variety of measures, but a key one is the ANAS principle, as well as, of course, what you do to securize those who are in the tax collecting agencies.
The key one, the yes of one, and only ANAS principles. I bet you dear took at assassin proyase. A kufa dubaya and will pay that cat assassin proya at the good bottom. Why you to send cherry? Cat assassin proya, where kufa the yen to say a brayate, no automan cocosamonso. Because no garano, a shock on the pampas. Cat assassin proya, now do kufa the Nvidia. Now man is no I am rashes complete. Upia one year and some training by Yajuma and then not quite a watching pity. Because of chrono, and we family and friends. I'm a more fun, Mubabuma kind of for and a swag at Mayano. Abra yes, you're near to me and Pippy, a good fun in the Pagania near to me pie. Hey, and then the cocoa pie. Can you be Japan? Sorry. Send your nas, but then the back on the pepe. Can you be Japan to me? Can take it? FS Kabutu, what they call. Hey, I call you a video for nas. So the big one nas and you must say. Obaya, and nas is some training Akra. Naya to a man kana, Nipada Senior Continental National Television show. Now what me kuku ni papacha adi ato wasa asumesini oba me predecessor fada de bono na sani pay what kumase sani pay what tamale sani pay what nima wo hia ne baby apono na ho ka metua ha bisa wosa wona wo ka asasem ya ka na afiase o mambe ana be kokko ka asasem wei adi ni pa ne preach ato na ni pa na fine Yakunampa. Many pandas on an amho. Hey, President Mama, Miss Rao. Papa, what that room, ma? I will manifest on them clear because when you're some 20, and it's a woody assembly, and you may hear some back with Tamakoma Sopa. Since I said this issue, Mutu Musa. Maybe I'm making. It's
unfortunate Ghanaians are behaving the way they are behaving. When you do that, you distract the police or the security agencies from even doing the investigation. How can you tell me that a statement that I made about 8 months ago, that if the guy, they told me that, oh, you've even paid the school fees in 2012. Well, I don't know him. Also, he has been coming here. I said, no way. Don't allow the guy to come here because he's bad. If he comes to this premises, you beat him. That you allow him. I have a video that it's so nasty that I can't show it. I mean, women, their private part, he set a doctor up and did all these things. So if you allow the guy to come to my premises and set me up. So I said, no way, don't allow the guy to go. When he steps here, beat the hell out of him.
But in that particular video, we also hear you say, Mushiano will be to wit. If you meet him anywhere.
Madam, you see, I want to cool down. Okay. Have you listened to the tape?
Yeah, you said Mushiano will be Obama premises.
Good. Good. This is Obama premises. I mean,
so the baby refers to anywhere within your premises.
Yeah, Mushiano premises, baby. Yeah, beat the hell out of him.
Okay, so what about those who say putting his face and his name and where he lives could be vital information for those who may want to hurt him? You know, and so, in other words, you are complicit.
You see, the way you are talking as if he's better than judges who have stroke now. He's better than those who have died. I wanted Ghanaians to know who is behind ANAS and doing those criminal activities. And it was necessary to bring his name, to show his face, for people to say, the tax. Simple. A choir for the Ahmed, any man, and the city judges up. Ahmed, Odu tamale also mo hwino ankasa. We da gombe boy.
Papa, you are inciting people against.
Oh yeah, I will. I will incite people against Anas and his boys. Yes. Omo di money, enrich omo. Foul means of making money. Anas, I tell you. Foul means. And Anas in the
Wey, I am someone who reckon that the Japan. Was you burning your dagomani when you precisely no wish yana for the polo. Hey, the whole world, a man bear now be Kwaku you pay. No was some Kwayam Russian between the account. Not one band that is in tea. Yes, yes, some young couple. And when I could for the Jirasso, now no do problem some trouble for Wakana. And some trouble for Wakana. Power says, as I said, this case must start to come myself. And some trouble for Mukukana, Mada, near Kumbunia Sankrani, no more Jimmy. That's your battle. That's it. Kakaba Kawani. Until now, Abanso Samba. Monsieur President Mahama Wamunyafwa, Mukancha the Sa, Papa, your person will have a mess for a woman by ye. A yatia Yakumaso. Wait, and you confirm woe. When you could be a confirm, you could be a confirm crackers here because hotel or Kodaya. Tell week people could do Koda hotel. And one man hotel for no, a man a confirm. And no problem, maybe a career. The way when the number 2 national television. So we send baby for the Pono Pono. Hey, sir, Apanya Sasa. President Mama, you campaign more strongly. You try your now so we started this program 2012. I'm a customer now. I would get in. Where Makuma so dear Bacopa and Tamakuma so. So we began him after the years some training in one of my mammy. And Tessa, Papa, I better baby and boo. Because maybe Baba can a minimum to a chamber to me. What's that? Maybe by some more mammy security, minimum to a me. Because we saw. And some 20 feet of Bretaque Bacana was slow, the home take. And some 20 was your Bretaque Bacana, the home take. And so Bretaque Tata and some 20. But as a certain MP, let me turn national television, so I can't when we didn't go for. I'm a good for the to one more. Send you a tape on the people.
It's unfortunate Ghanaians are behaving the way they are behaving. When you do that, you distract the police or the security agencies from even doing the investigation. How can you tell me that a statement that I made about 8 months ago, that if the guy, they told me that, oh, you've even paid the school fees in 2012. Well, I don't know him. Also, he has been coming here. I said, no way. Don't allow the guy to come here because he's bad. If he comes to this premises, you beat him. That you allow him. I have a video that it's so nasty that I can't show it. I mean, women, their private part, he set a doctor up and did all these things. So if you allow the guy to come to my premises and set me up. So I said, no way, don't allow the guy to go. When he steps here, beat the hell out of him.
But in that particular video, we also hear you say, Mushiano will be to wit. If you meet him anywhere.
Madam, you see, I want to cool down. Okay. Have you listened to the tape?
Yeah, you said Mushiano will be Obama premises.
Good. Good. This is Obama premises. I mean,
so then baby refers to anywhere within your premises.
Yeah, Mushiano premises, baby. Yeah, beat the hell out of him.
Okay, so what about those who say putting his face and his name and where he lives could be vital information for those who may want to hurt him? And so, in other words, you are complicit.
You see, the way you are talking as if say he's better than judges who have stroke now. He's better than those who have died. I wanted Ghanaians to know who is behind Anas and doing those criminal activities. And it was necessary to bring his name, to show his face, for people to say, the tax. very simple. Ekwaya what the Ahmed any man and the city judges up. Ahmed no. What do Tamale also mushino wankasa. Where the Gombe boy.
Papa, you are inciting people again.
Oh yeah, I will. I will incite people against Anas and his boys. Yes. Omo the money and rich woman. Foul means of making money. Anas, I tell you. Foul means. And Anas in the
Oh, you are. Oh, yeah, Anas of the United States of America. And we'll call radio station because national. Sir, answer your poor in the corner. What mention next? Evidence of her clear. Mr. President Mahama, I love you so much. Papa, Mr. Minim say a manifesto no mu, but my shall see a cow. And penny for say baby, or ton for a pampano. Let's say a ho, a some ho. Bianco, Biancotti, names be your
more a privilege. More a privilege. You are the first. A shame before. Miss Okumasi, your friend Ansu Jiabo. One more question. Yes, you are privileged. Make an Ansu Jiabo.
Ansu Jiabo.
Yes, yes, Ansu Jiabo.
Okay. I'll see your friend Ansu Jiabo. Mr. Power says, 2 minutes so. You will be and will be emphasis can make now will be console and run a bayagma to say you will not go for the car say no pencil and rubber yagma. That's one from brother Jagma. Another the can a kufuadum pencil and rubber yagma and rubber yagma. Another a question say. So what has it here?
Emra ever be here juma wo man Ghana. Kufuado bre emra ever be here juma wo Ghana. Ubana only kofo bi ko se dem ebe tam o man sika. When yes want to be a we juma. Ewi o man sika. Ye fa ma ho chao. Ye fa ye ho chao. Ye nya sa de. Ye da fa mra paso. And what you say? Ye nyina a free president. Ekosi yenyina echemrase na mrano so no ebeye adwuma Akufuado braso wayo me nomno entumi sida sa mena na do Akufuado na bekuta mani na baye nyumai
obi amra baye adwuma oba ye pa na wode kaka moto bi kapa na niu. And we'll bring some to 4 times. Or by your pack, or see a softened to be sent come. But a softened to the same come to the back. Wait. Yet to club hole and some training pa. Messiah, somewhere making a what it is. And to President Mama, as somewhere dear, Papa. So 1 to 1 and 1, Mamma. Papa Mentias. Mentiasio. Obi na ba no nyum was mentiasio na mentiasie da. But minim se wo de wo kan wo ye. Minim se wo de o de mra na ye adwuma. Minim se ba bi mra ta no ye de pato. So what I say ye te krom ha de peda sani e de ni pa to TV so. Hey. Sa nipa yi so ba ye wo so to kwan akwa brochire when we are saying but what me the mess ware at national television so and them say power nasasa to me na nim sam biemo to me no na obia so confirm ran shan sam aye ba bia mrada no and ye to me sam be bankana na sam we ye nie tra me akasa me be court back sam be bankana na me papa John Dramani Mahama when twice me one and more me and kasa me pay that court because when you some 20 will be this year Etikroma na Canadian Japan anti former President Dramani Mahama ta. Nsema nim wakadi egu no so. And the pumi asesa. See hey.
One of the commonase with the issue of Yatwa Bewie.
Fear na pepper penny. Na aya on the 12th and a tape away Canada Japan kaka. On the 12th of December, 4 years mu pepper penny away. Tie.
One of the ancient commonase with the issue of Yatwa Bewie, the aftermath of the elections, the NDC, especially with the minority, and no ade omuye ukruma omu enimu emra na omu bumra so. From DNT na odi so say lawmakers omu enimu emra
evidence back e fa to so. Police e ko.
We share maybe am pa na so oba your premises abi am say me no ni ababa bi am tua because you bad. Sa Ahmed no mo show wo mo pictures no ne yehwe somebody picture nkyere mo mo nyina mo so wote Madina yes ayi nini boy no Ahmed no woni we your friend Ahmed the picture back wo mo fan to so na nyekes ga good the picture back wote Madina ya wo ba premises am mo no ne be si me pese anas kyere
so as you can see rolling on the screen
this is a boy we a bad boy. Meaning that they will ban Kumasi market and ban Cape Coast market. What is going on in this country? Mahama, Mr. Chen Homes, who do you tour? I answer, you best show. I say, hey, the catcher, Bevlo Latte, Whoopa, Unsu, Dimquasia, some Wagana, and Mamma Omushi market, who fear no what is legal. You have a show. I would say, no. I'm afraid you, and you may be a time Wagana. I suffer for need to declare Mahama as a winner in this country. And when we didn't say with impunity. Nobody emotion go put your money. I've lost everything. Mahama, you are a fool. Where Pasia Panu and Yonkuba Minister, Mahama Jimmy Fosa, you are a fool. Upa Trabium, Messi, Omushi or Bia Marketer, Mahama, Chen Homes to. I don't know if I'm going to organize it. My dad will need Beblo Latte, any Asia Bunketia, any Akamba, any Baba Jama, send me 5 weeks. Messi, any band, anywhere in the country, Mahama, never shoot you. I don't remember Ghana. What is going on? Mahama Jimmy Fuagasa, was Siakwa, who Cromfua, what real Ghana Sika, who Akufuadu, you're nice.
Okay, somebody. Former President Dramani Mahama, President Mahama, President John Dramani Mahama, Onuminyamfo, Papa, Mesre, Menkasa Bobian Fam Ranshanensa, Bebiam Ranetano, Associated. Siam Fan to near Yufrima, Tachi will be better, dear sea say. Menkasi mfano kotomo yanchemi misano questions dem fano kwagina court adaka banmu ne misano nsam kakra e bia nam no sho ye behu ni pakra okun amesware now jabi dan kwa wu akosi sei akufado me pesa me bisa wo sai utwatwira mutwo what facet jumping down who could do no what say kind of football set when you what facet to baby DNC crime and that the Kufa Ryan that is senior than you see so partner when one can say back here some kind no many than you see the struggle many jumping down cross struggle one somewhere Theo so partner or once a woman was what pay second when it can be down quite do as for K and when the time Madam, you see the pictures in number tray. You miss a sacrifice say. And I know what can say. But this week, couple next week, a good for the near Madam, you see do pay. next week, Daniel said the lawyer I apply pay because Nana could for the person catching a call. Some women made the for 8 good years. It will be constant when them Daniel said what was cancer. Now I'm going to court. My friend and lawyer was saying 1 month in the case, 4-3. Daniel said what we knew. 4-3. Now, Daniel said we are innocent when you're bunny beer. Or be bad when you're ready to work on show. So what I say? Nipa no confirm or come my yet assessor when the papa struck a water. Evidence was clear. And the other they didn't court. Not 4-3. 4-3 no, you say was a appeal. So you appeal. No on your 5-2. Not just again that they said you could get it down. Kana Mumian cannot cry. And you that they said you be back. Men can't say, but there be a mratan young fanto. Oba Kennedy Japan creating. Monia Kosu will be a CPR. Kennedy Japan who so what I said, Jabby Dan Kwaku, and they said, am I yet? I said, a Kufado, a Humpon Mupi. This mommy another headphone. Mommy another headphone. That's it. I'm changing it. That's it. Aha, a headphone, a wireless. You use headphone at the Ahmad show. Headphone wouldn't know more. I compare it on $5,000. This headphone. Wireless who connected the Mamek support. Wireless not picking. And you can headphone that we use to teach somebody a man as na I teach studio when na passa. I mean you so you all headphone. Oh, any open name private me. Headphone back on. You no more. No more. 5,000, 10,000. About what transmitter. Which we connected headphones 5,000 man. I mean to us. So what I said, into your kind of chrome ha. Emma. Chabi down Kwaku. A kufado. No nipa. What fast. Nana will be present. When to me pia. Up to now. When to me be a found the ne. Who frappe. Can yes. Abanya walk away when you are about first. A kufado, and then Abaya about first. Yamia on the 7th, or free Swamomian for Prayan Planetico. Yam for Bian for Prayan platform. That will be Casa will be a crown. Or Bian for Prayan Planetam. See a year who feel of uncle. Because I could hear Nada, a draw, contempo, scar, and toss. See, and some year that they said in the lawyer. And the Miankasa Kwaku skate. And you can't come up. Produce our tape no. Father, I'm a wood here, Mia. Or be a one over car, say, what can second? One in a straw K, yet. When you second, you can't tell Pete Tank Bread. The lawyer. And then the make us
can be
betrayed in Ghana for the other catcher because the catcher lawyer and the other front.
Tabuna pen lawyer and a voice. We that you said, and I'm a boy. Money lawyer and a voice. Who no Fabra say we need so and the money wait one watch number.
One day on television, I would.
So Tabuna mammy. We that you said in our way. Mammy, lawyer, a lawyer. The lawyer voice. And only your classmate as well. I want you to understand. It's okay. If you are in the I want you to understand. Now, what than the see do not cast a voice, ma'am. Now, when you're home with your mamma, then you may have more time of family. Why, what than the see do? That the see do, we did not see on the Casa, we didn't see that they see the voice.
Kasabi Omichido.
Can be beaten lawyer in Ghana for the other catcher because the catcher lawyer and said the other from Wakasa.
Okay. Mediame Wakasha Ghana mine nane say. Omumwa because enyomwa na kanokani timinde. Ena sisi ano. Omumwa eni omasuti omudi atofo mama. Omutie no kra na mana be mababisi ndeno. Mesoro mo so mungufu. Emfa sa ejidi ni ntechi ni ama no kra ni ndedi. Enya sa ya anya ne sa. Ochime bi de we ne besi. Ebetimi akwa obi baso. Ebetimi akwa obi baso. Nti se na afa me so na omo bua ma no kra na dey no omo ma yam bua me ntu sample phone ni. Enya sa ya ma no kra na ndedi amasa nyama we mpia ama ye hu bibia mfomso no fe. Enya nle na sa de we start you. E na mama mfo so bibiri na betu mi so. Nti nyame aya adom gonzo nkofo ni na so e na mo so ye ntimi ehu nkofo me stade. Nti se na meso ama ye hu san nkofo di omumwa ye ente chirema sanyama ni na asintu na boa o manga na so be de ebe yi me da mase me da lawyer na se lawyer ne de he me maye ma adwene se na ke me krampo na nka metime di atoko ama na dada na se a nka metime aye but san se oye nipo no so wo bada ye nti no mesere me di bibia be manyame na nyankopon so no ni ma de pa obeyama no ahwa enyo no mpo no benya ho mfaso ebeya ebe ono ne mba ne ne generation ni na benya ho mfaso san se no kure a wada ne di ama na bipie ama Ghana mine no obi aso hu
wei aye Ghana esedu me wo lawyer no voice but a printing Ghana si amamra nya adwuma eyiyi si epese chichire Ghana asumdwe a esese ye mamra ye adwuma si epese chichire Ghana na Ghana china tisa Kwame Nkrumah Ghana na Ghana yes aprochire dia esese ye temra ye adwuma bia ntimi mfa mra ne mfa nhyane na ntem na omfa nye de opi it's simple me brain ntimi mo lawyer no voice ochina me ba me de this story be shasi ne ya donu mo suka enti sa wo pesa wo fra fato calendar so be for lines a maka ama swale ho asem maka da be esi no ho asem emri bi atwam me di tape bi ba bonten da ne esi adu na kasa ka se o mampani akufu ado soma no one ne hyehyɛ sa edru ba bi a wode ni betu kwan now akufu ado fi se wawie enti wo kwa esese kwan bi a wonam so echa da ne esi edu no se ne be ya former president Mahama pay ontumi mmehwehwe but ke hu se emra empahota empahota ni expiring date Komponia MPP and the Kufuadu Etina Tosso. Mr. Papa John Dramani Mahama. Mr. President Excellency John Dramani Mahama. What a Roma. Sani Obami Yemi. I am a Kuma to Swadi Yame. It's a 20 Diano Kadi Yames and Jimmy Dangwa. But Nina Yavira, you're training there. But I can't any piace. Yabeko next story so. Now, when we say, Debbie, I have a by election. Me, you can be MPP, we near Okuta American citizen passport. Mutia ye, maybe petition a American embassy. And none of me are strong, but I remember my letter. Monday. We hear reports and from American embassy for her. The Bekoko to maybe I maybe I'm a Sabeka, me know that. But let me show you something. This guy here, if you man, I will go by the say, Sa Crachano, producer who are in the picture. One the picture from me. Oh, Pian was Rubia. Well, one was Rubia. Antidola, who are catching and more on my yay. Shishama. Tap on the Shishama. Shisha Samoa. Munity. Uni, I'm sorry. Dr. Fred. Ono hamba. Hamba. We go me can ye picture. And that other say dream the dream. Uni. Kranti way. Me ye dream be a fan ho. Me ben fast me see. Me tete. It is alleged. Sir Kranti or ye American citizen. Minyanya, but my petition at the command American embassy. Sir, let you be sir. Sir Kranti woman find out to say, or ye American citizen now. Bisa. Because if you be a meeting, actually say now I'm not a bank of Ficana Betubi. Say I'm Padia. Be so. And you become by lesson. I want Akuma time. This parliamentary candidate, our winning one MPP. I want Akuma time. Be sasa and in your beer. I am pa. Say what your citizen with United States of America. And what father, our Kana, maybe tea. Some men confine some of your parliamentar. Men make sure some men crack exactly. And some Mako. But me bisa a producer named there, Dr. Fred Fred Asamoah Anamebwa, yeah. Owo Akuma Dan a France. Akuma Dan for mo MP no mate na my letter 10 about 10 pages. Me they call American person say omonhwe mame say papa when you American citizen. So when you American citizen there, that's fine. So when you be kubisa, and you say bisa na be baby so. Say when you American citizen there, and then say ko by election. We bisa, and na me dia ba tudwa no. America we change ye because America for mabum back date. Because emra ye adwuma no kura ye adwuma. So what the betum kura na so we change ya. Woman to back 13 and mount. Date in the Baba Montea would it too. Intimate person be back at me say, you will be Mimi Bisa, Yasem Bisa. The commander na Pami Meli let her not be a call. American embassy, I want United States. You see, I'm so was say, North Carolina, Separado, Hope, Mimi Bisa. Say, this guy, and you're no clear. Say, when you're American citizen. And will contest Wakuma time. Empiana. Yasimisa. My letters in every. And I pay a night. I mean, you'll be up on letter and come. I'll be able to make Monday. And my train, my responder, a basically what I said, Papa, when you're American citizen. And we'll question a Homa MPP as a parliamentarian candidate. And your question back. Wachina, me ba, and my first topic. Mesa bisa. Send your beya one wakasa beba bontin menya voice. Amma me the letter no kwa. Now what challenges and no kwa. Me the voice na command migration for the United States of America. Say, send the idea to question no. Say yampa. Ye the beya wo pepe. Me say the idea to question no. Say yampa. If you did you. But the men can say you say. She said confirmation be free America for wapa. Na me so me the amen this for fee. Pap. Say woman som na letter e be free American embassy bread eni. Nti munyina so na mo fa ko ma Jemensi adokwe. E be do so Jemensi apamna because Jemensi be pam no. Na Jemensi be mo atra ho. Me 2 year 2 no. And you ma bebre na Jemensa wetie so a emfa kwe. Nti asembisa Say akuma dan PC. Our minimum MPP tickets. And you no cry. Say when you American citizen now. Say you no cry swa. Obe kanchre kanafo. Na you do one more. The time you Freddy. The maba. The ba. Ababa to also. Baumia numbia ayana me peno. Say more sign na mo fama me. Ooh baby. Uni Kwaku tiano. Move, baby, I'm you. Oh, Missy, move, baby, I'm me. Ah, cannot crack.
Ooh, baby,
God have mercy upon us.
I do you. Ooh, baby,
If you give me thousands of Ghana cards and $1 US, I will choose the dollar.
Hey, to be mumu. Campaign at Tokyo. It is smart people.
oh, baby, Oni Kwaku tia, mu baby, Odo mu baby, Oni Kwaku tia no, mu baby, Odo.
Working try, dear.
Kanu cry, Otrofo, Odo, you want me to do more? Kwakra fair so besu huni. Yes, we are dear grow better so. She mon you. Abaya the board 30, yeah the baby bought band baby. Sana will be Miami. You can lie your way to power. You can do all propaganda. Dollar rate will expose you.
The dollar has broken jail.
You are pathological liar. You lie for living. Lies are your hobby. Google and Wikipedia recognize you as a liar. Your talent is to lie. You promised me heaven and earth. You promised me the whole universe. None of them has been fulfilled. You said if I give you power, I will live like in heaven. Look at the way I'm suffering. Walk on him. What do you trouble on mine?
What trouble my own?
Oh, Mambo 47. Odo.
Working try, dear.
Odo.
Working try.
Kanu cry. Otrofo. Odo. You want me to say more? I have something to tell you. Sit down and cast your mind back. You see how you destroyed yourself. People see you as a joker. They see you as comedian. People see you like Mr. Ibu. They see you like Lewin. So Dr. Lies, change your ways. As someone make an watiana. Dr. Lies, change your ways. So your judgment day is coming. Watiana. Watia futu amede mauno. Watiana. Sisa wakwane bebwao. Watiana. Enya uhosa uyo nyansafuo. Kwaku tiano gro na wampa wasam. Ode oye na juma keke mido. Makasa yue owa swatiemi.
Osi makasa yue owa swatiemi. Now, The next story. On my Ghana, as a son, you may be over. Yen back home, the Casafa. Abattoir, ye bobono. Ye cannot brofon kwa. Mumienti ye way a serious topic. Abattoir, ye bobono Republic of Ghana. Ye cannot brofon kwa. The problem they say. The problem they say. And then the entering kind of brofo. Young can you young can and cry. Young can Hausa. Young can Akai. Ghana Metia cassette about 90% and the TP. And you're depending on the temporal for 100%. This issue I mean raising up and some for when Shasi and Camp Wasem. And you're very, very important because now know about why your boy hey. Kumasi Kajetia for ma say about 1 year sambe to be. Because brofo ye cano and you will be on what brofo. Brofo Jamesa Beka yeno and you will be and to say ya buba ye na ye says kakakra. Near can key, ya can Dagoma, ya can Hausa, ya can Ibe, ya can Akai Kaho can and Kaya. Na ayete. Send your baya or be a bet me at the language and I say, send you part way, dear when you're any, Nipa way, you are any, you are reading near you, yes, say. Nasia Bacano Brofo Tratuha. I said in one tears here. Tisa Wakobisa will be. But country now yet him no. About 90% and you should one language. And the identity. And about why your book. Gently and can you any other languages. Near Kano Profon Kwa. And Yadia Ehame. Because experience a many women say. Nipan be blente brofuna se enti say chire obi nwatwam de ka baka chene say Mr. President John Dramani Mahama na hwini ye akufu ado Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Lusu this will be a kwaka chire mahame mo but ye kan twia enkrasefo de bebre mini no mo enkrase villages no sabe bebre kwafum kra okuta radio enti se ka twi na obeti twi ni say nipa we na yuni yentie esi Kajetia market. Kajetia so and so sankia can here kasabi uni pan obetiase President John Dramani Mahama papa watawro ma mesre sadie wewu ba pacho ye ho adwuma ebebo kana fo bebree very, very important to say you better declare election you better kind of all the languages and say hey how many minutes sikahe and we yes and one Jermaine Sambo you know what in crime Adam one fan kana ankaso anso se ma wieka intimate say ye pamo chow papa abe wudi me say wuti asam e obunipa e kan sam pona unfam pa eye de ofa kakra wom menim say ade we obi a obeti asam we bia padwema bia sabe e beto naso say ye maame mo dan krase ye papa mo villages profo no mante odam personal radio sin chene e buba onte de ye ka but ye hwie ne ye ka na kasa ka ho a menim say obeti ase So, because one tell language, you know, you can't brofano one tears yet. Brofano, I can't, will face here say, former President John Dramani Mahama, and that's a President Mahama, Yamiyak on the 7th of January. Yes, swear no, you're not taking a Kunyan Cassin, where we need. But then so near Pony said, or no, we need a Bayan kind of president, our Republic of Ghana. But no, Tikajet here. So, President Mahama, really, because on tip brofano. Into your sremo. Penny for Munya Bibi and Fanka Jemensa and Jemensa credit work ye Pamano. Jemensa obi the name Kokota was say pool. And your mother brain why you fairly a tear one man and bra. It's a pump Jemensa or crossroad muffin or besi form. Okay, now the next story. I must say. Now, you say, you bet you phone lines, kakra. About 2 years, 2 years. Before you baba to a pay. Now, a bimu walk. A so for the comedians for the Kasai. Nipa wa Kasai pa. Na nobody wa he say. Ono de President Mama we need be more obenum poison. O we ya pa and a molesampa and the bashim. Molesampa yende free kumase na wota maso. And yes will be trouble so Africano. Wa wanu masama waka ye and the just apamo. Molesampa I can say. Former President Mahama we need pet Ubetu Africana. I said that President Mahama we need pet or no more sampa Ubetu Africana. Wakatra Togo. Ye bisasa da be na more sampa wuko Togo. Da be and a wuko Togo. Ye pesi
Politics.
Okay.
Hey, lawyer, someone can move you.
Mark me say mo platform so eso me say mama winia me ko Togo
no yeba dia ya wo mu kwa ne say wo be so TV ana wo be so WhatsApp nu ko wo be te krrr da obade na me yawu don't mahama obade bua nipa na wa bua nipa don't mahama I need us we need already nipa we need us wo ready
what is the TV that say
kwasia sam kwasia nyum a chese bua kuma tete akuma chese me yesa me TV biem awo me wiase ame baaye oye ba me se nipa famu ni abeduru ba bia ya due me
Ashanti region executives the constituency executives the chairman and the MPs ayo have said the trust seminar can say the also now leadership the also so now then I say na onyankopon oduma de kuntia edru ba bia oba reho no abo anigye na sareho ba onyankopon ene boye na nigye soso ba onyankopon ene boye na eda bia no ye wade chie ne ye wade saye sadie sa na ade a onyankopon pese ye de ade saye ye no sa wanya wa hwe kura obeya sa soso ana ade so che na ade so ye de ade chie soso ye no sa wanya eno soso ohia beka ho eti Your Excellency Ono running mate nyina. Say ono okaya ho. Dedi kaya no munyam sha. What the sha santimai. Na wo de running mate, wo de maye. Na wo de share no munyam. Aye niama. Anna Afiago from 1972 and about 2000, almost 30 years from Buzia time, 1969 to 1972, Lay Buzia. Anna Yaniama Fiago, yeah, a key year to Fiebed, Yasansana, yeah, the running mate or no, and Anna, you Raje Kufo, Unyanko, then a buyer, Ama, and people. Ibehu ni ama papa say ne bitimi aboa o ma Ghana nyina eti your excellency ye ni de waya ma party no ye ni campaign a waye ye ni campaign a yaka wo ho na ye nyina soso eno waye ye wo hase se onyankopon onka wo ho o ma wo ho den ekwaso koso na ono. And we no matter 20 years, Abasi, we can't explain and we can't fight him. We can't fight him.
Now, where I want to be radio team report and on Makai. Umbaumia, or Pipandia say. Baumia, yeah, Obianti. And then it's 3 days. Before every meeting. Any MPP planning for BCI. And to woman for say, dear CB Omunya Menka, na Omunyanka boom. Nabum, as some of my kind say, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia dear, and Yadium didn't be back. And the woman tries say, Omudin Kabum Bebanoma for Allah. Nobody can the Japan, Aqua, there you should Alan as a vice. Send up for a penacre. I don't know Mumpe Baumia. Yes, Baumia no chrome on your 400 President Mahama and your 400. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Zero. Sir, a dear man Muslim me at what but not a region for to a baby mama, it's here Baumia pa. San one in Namunkrem, a Roma 4 time a gem pa bono. San Uncle move on Wofu. Number we in that time and watch him pabo or sofu bomb pie mammy, soon sofu bomb pie mammy. Not Baumia botos, Kabakata Yababa rice. Rababa kabosh. San and Dr. Mahmoud Babia bottles. It is San Uncle move on Wofu. Omutua betia Baumia. And Tiasaba Kofa can say. One any crumpo, or man to a bamano. And tis about me a pa. Ye, yan on to me, my boy. It is 2028. One fucker the Japan. Any Alan and Cambo no more for Mumbra. But 2028, when the catcher say MPP bet me about power. Mumbe same with Sikake. Munko see party no. To say the chairman would because a Kuno. Munko CSC for 100 years. Not Muba can afford consider more. Muba can afford a consider more. Okay, so put me on the papa dear. But at this point, here, Opiedi Wa will hear MPP Wakana. Send the MPP party. I tweet said the Mutu Jimmy a tweet. Said the MPP party, I treat the second tweet. When the social party from Wiso. And to go for a meeting. So we hear Alan and Kennedy Chapel back. Number me a day. Now, Canto Mazongo, what to say? One woman Tampia, I will see a good woman now pro. Yenya Kanto Manzongo Wakana na Okaseti ya former President John Dramani Mahama. Kanto Manzongo Okaseti ya President a wopa Chontramani Mahama. And then we see Napoya with this year. Mr. President Jamana now I see a Kunyaswa wopa. And someone will kafano want to be your president attack. And the woman guasie. And the Katomazungu, one woman guasie. Now feel say you to never that support. Come with the youth to me, I can't want them. Come with the nipa, I'm a nipa, I can't want them. Mosima can afford enka. Because Momo company for what Kwatisika. Na kind of need this year on our bread. Uncle Sombrasa. And then Mohu. Omai Kwabrasa to the Mohammed Guasi.
Nonsense.
They know themselves who they come with. Okay, let them wait. But I will be back again. Politics no me see young and never to about baby. Baby. One more year register, let me register baby. Now time to do never to about it. It ain't never FM.
Probably because when you say a hard Joby, one say MPP were Burma, the NDC Eka Efa a state institution. NDC were Burma, the MPP Eka for state institution.
Wait, I know that the home country man's work can somebody. We want videos, but me nimre, and to me more. Na crashi be kwatra hunto TV. So, on my head of Kwabrasa and tell you what chan man no one yuma. The year for a droite as a bankese. So I ye Kasiama, Yadia Cassi way. Yadia Cassi way. I want not Okwahambana water so, Wakumete. Who do what's not? Kwabrasa to watch them no we can. Crachi bi kwatra honto TV. Bibisa ne se crachi mo we. O se president mama mi ni a obehye na ho. Ene crachi no. Ye bisa se wotimi akwatra se TV station ho. Etweja to machine ho ana. Eya se bisa. Mesi e dey eya se bisa.
No matter me live studio. Live coverage will be abeshe. And I'm not joking with this.
So serious.
On record.
Nasa hwe camera na kati echi for say Mahama we ni election we a obi share abonte with me bow pra.
Dabi. I don't need that. Dabi. Ans me owini ya na hana na metna hanu asimi hu ewu na meko.
Yes, wa anye na so bi hu abonte.
Me dia me ka sama meye.
Minim so be but that's a
obi ampo hu mi wo ba bi ampo no me se me
hanu obe show hu.
Me se wa hanu
last the bot was say wa show hu amatie fu
me se me hu.
Na say tiefo bi share abonte with me petrol show.
Unto me the kerosene be ba hanum abe page to muti se ne esi wo Morocco no.
Your studio had you want me show.
Na hemfa.
But opa.
But say me yard na pete mu honum live coverage. Live coverage.
But said the bear tiefo be hu say when ya bre no. Say the wo kan ye no kure no. Me pese o sisu say one show hu on camera am ye hu na say tiefo na ahwefo de bi o mu share o traffic mu ma fans no. Obi share no hu say won shewa o petrol timi hwe
gu. Abi wonto me ma obi mfa bibi mbomi nkumi ya. That. Nia me diga ebe tum. No me kumi mu ansa na o ma ba be ye me sa. But nia me pese me kire on ne say. Wonto say John Mahama we need this election here. Move pack kerosene into me mu na mo nheme. I'm telling you this. Ewo studio, live studio, Ghana for nyina ebehwe. Ewo hanom. Se John Mahama win election we ya.
Nka se ye mpa ejantu mo ka hwe camera na ka se Mahama win ya.
Mahama win ya. Ni akasa me the petrol be gu me ho. Na ma se me ho live studio. Live coverage obi abehwe. And I'm not joking with this.
So serious.
On record.
Nasa hwe camera na ka tie for say Mahama win election we ya. Obi share abonte with me bow pra.
Dabi. I don't need that. Dabi. Ans me owini ya na hana na metna hanu asimi hu ewu na meko.
Yes, wa anye na so bi hu abonte.
Me dia me ka asema meye.
Minim so be but that's a
obi ampo hu mi wo ba bi ampo no me se me hu hanu
obe show hu.
Me se wa hanu
last the bot was say wa show hu amatie fu
me se me hu.
Na say tiefo bi share abonte with me petrol show.
Unto me the kerosene be ba hanum abe pagya to me to say na esi wo Morocco no
ye studio ha de untime show ho
na hemfa but
opa
but say me ya na pete mu honom live coverage live coverage
but say de be ya tiefo be hu say wani abre no say de wo kan ye nukure no me pese osisu say one show ho on camera ame ya hu na say etiefo na ahwefo ade bi omu hia o traffic mu ma fans no obi hia no hu say won hyewa o petrol timi hwie mu
so abi to me ma obi mfa bibi mbom nkumi ya that nia me diga ebetum na makumi mu ansa na o ma ba be me sa but nia me pese me kirew ne say wunto say do Mahama we need this election here mun pack kerosene ntumi mu na mon hye. I'm telling you this. Live studio, Ghana for nyina ebehwe. Ewa hanom. Se do Mahama win election we are.
Nka say yempa ejantu mo ka hwe kamera na ka se Mahama win ya.
Mahama win ya. Me akasa me de petrol be gumi ho. Na ma seme ho live studio. Live coverage obi abehwe. And I'm not joking with this.
So serious.
On record.
Na sa hwe kamera na ka tie for se Mahama win election we are. Obi hwe abonte wutimi bo upra.
Dabi. I don't need that. Dabi. As me owini ya na hana na metna hanu asimi hu ewu na meko.
Yes, anye na so bi hu abonte.
Me de me ka se ma meye.
Minim so be but that's a
obi ampo hu mi wo ba bi ampo no me se me hu hanu
obe show hu.
Me se wo hanu
last the bot was say wan show hu amatie fu
okay. Me de wo wura mu biem na mabisa. Kana sofwa mo shankom. Say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Bewini. And the way. Yeah, this man of God, maybe I can have some kakracho. Or software, maybe see a maybe I can have some kakrabi at the actual. Or shall come and far President Mahama. Oh, yeah, no, some question come and far Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But do you know, say, Akwa way? Or your fraud. Do you know? Send the crew. Not or your fraud. Al Jazeera for I hear the story. Also with this man of God. Ghanaians sometimes I am moment searching a new man and sanity will be a wait, the crew president I'm an appointment on all your software. Your man appointment, not the appointment, a small girl, gold, and they come outside of country. Madame, her friend and mother, Eba, you make us off some kakra. Let me hear the pay for lines. The best is here. Men kobe pia, taha, kuchu. If you did anything, the Apple 68 FM. Mame ya boa phone krato. Na me mresi here. Me ba, me no baba biti home komo sisia. And kobe pia. Taha, iti, aha, and ubieti. Ye best is here, near better also. Maybe. Ebia, oh, send the city. Dear man, and the mayor's idea when they said, ye did the whole world, Africa channels in a bush. Where your Kwaku skirt, Mimi TV in the high, or hand at the high. Where, Ghana TV, or see a Jabba TV, and that's what they say. Me uncle had Jabba TV, sir, a year, Jumana, police and Namon Tempa, a Jabba, on what that's it, a Ghana TV. Medoba call back, Medoba ha, and the Play Sport 2, and the high young coher, and the dummy, and no more say, you're upgrading. And your mother bray and your great busso. Then you come on. What that? Producer, the patch out. My man in cough from Kaka. Tabo for cough. My man in the cough from Mammy. You real my camera. What that? And you and the down. Medoba quite today. Near Sako. Medoba ha or say iron and at the hay. And the iron. We are man. I also mammy and a domino. Any come. Ayo. Me do back. Where you Togo? TVT Togo TV. Pacho, any. Mami Rancha. I'm working here. Mami Rancha. Faminana Shahama. Any Togo. Togo. Okay. TVT Togo. Young Conquer Togo channel. Say yeah, you man. Togo. That's all. Togo. That's all. So Togo TV. Come on. Young come back. Young come here. Next one. Where Rock TV Ghana. Yeah, upgrading no. And you make kusu say no. So what box where you be? We say we see kanta. Rock TV, young go ahead. Ghana. Our Ghana Rock. And the hono. What's that? So full preaching also. But no babaka. Where a city TV. And a city. Kumasi City TV. And the water boss were sitting in our also. City TV, we have man. And that's all. City TV. And that's all. Producer, zoom in the camera. That's it. City TV. Quachire near Hennes TV. Another TV. Where America channel. And not go. And more and me. Okay, they're going. Where Cartoon Net. And the Cartoon Net. In Qualadi, as I said, in Qualadi in the Cartoon Net. Quachire man. Obaha. I see where Malachi TV. Minimum it's a Mali for TV. Mali, any other one. When in Kenya, Mami Japan said the Saka. Ubaha, where Mali, and Mali TV. Mali, Mali, and Mali TV. Any young Corasa Mali, yeah, Mali TV, Adam. Where you Mali TV, and that's all. Young San Quatri, where I am Mali, another Mali TV. Your country, Pia. Young Korean Mali TV, say, yeah, another second, third Mali TV. Young Korean Mali TV, and a demono. A year, Juma. Yama San Quatri, but no bad chira. Where I am Gabon, and on Gabon 1. Gabon 4 TV now to Abenya also. Gabon, Yanko. Gabon, and that's all. Gabon TV, and that's all. Come on. Yanko back. Medubaha, where you Suna Library. I'm saying we're in Liberia for channel. Yanko head. Liberia, and that's all. Liberia. Yabasa Quachre. Where you another Liberia, and the Hano. Liberia, Yanko had Liberia view. Say, yeah, you man. Liberia, Famico. Liberia, Yanko. Liberia, and the Demono. Famibla Tre, Yanko, BET TV. When you American, the African BET. Yanko, that's what, yeah, you man. African BET, one of them. Oh yeah, African BET. What them call actually African BET? That's a Lagos. Where you MTA Africa. Come here, MTA Africa. And the devil. Yopo. China then I open from 703-270-8171. From Kwaku 703-270-8171. That's your boss. Yambra France 24 English. France 24 English. And yet, man, France 24 English. And then Yopo. Minsan from RTV, our Ghana. RTV, our Ghana. RTV, one of them, no, Ghana, and them, but hey, but no, TV3, Ghana, TV3, Ghana, TV3, Ghana, and them, no, TV3, Ghana, and them, no, Bletchley, Yanko, wait, Bloodwood, I have about movies, Bloodwood TV, Yanko, Bloodwood TV, and them, no, Yopo, Untobo Sing to Sika and Feda, the Pamachamu from Munabatra, the Yam number Casa, Yabraha, Ivory Coast, among Fasha Fedana, Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, Abidjan, Ivory Coast TV, call Ivory Coast, so say, Obakwana, Ivory Coast, and our head. But over here, where a power line, some Cranchankra TV, power line, and a national, or Empire no mobile, where some Cranchankra, the TV, no, power line. But over here, when so Hollywood, Nollywood, Yanko, seven say, and then Nigeria, movies and Kwana, homie. But over here, the same, Nollywood TV, Yanko, the Yanko, and then, and the Hono, Nigeria movies and Kwana TV, when Nigeria. But over here, GH1, Yanko, okay, and I was say, so what can me? Nami Bisase, a software almost come our Republic of Ghana. Sir, Dr. Mahmoud Bamiani Birini, Akwesi said, Diama made a software yatu our African countries. Now, a software you're very, very smart, intelligent. One who said Africa for 7. Yadremo eha. Until when you saw a cassia and the boots of Africans. And until I make us a Ghanaians, sometimes I hear search. Or software by Shan come if I present Mama. Say, oh no, baby. And now someone saying, "Conformi friend." I'm a confrère or software who bempa. Papa Kroye, Papa will guide this young guy, Kroye. Sir, but we are the very I'm what I can't say. Dr. Mahmoud Bamian friend will be also a record on voice. Now, we're congratulating on Tata. Oh, we no said that the voice in the bar on 10 say. Wait, and the cast will be winning. But this guy, my year of search deep. Actually, the criminal one, your man government appointment. Obi or yourself know what a government appointment. A man what the smuggle, a smuggle code, and they call different countries. And now some are Gazira for the documentary. Upa, such this man, I will go. O search here, a baby in the story be present, you will see in the payama. On your no quaffo, on your good man of God, on your lie. And when you soon agree, a fraud African politicians. Would you be able to the tape? I can see that for.
In cash in what he believed to be a meeting with Chinese gangsters. Al Jazeera's investigative unit has found the diplomat was videotaped making the offer in a meeting with undercover reporters as part of an investigation by Al Jazeera into networks in Africa that use gold to launder vast sums of money. Hubert Angel is a British Zimbabwean businessman and the presidential envoy. He claims to have made it.
I was Zimbabwe. Your friend Hubert Angel, Zimbabwe prophet. Also for beyond no social media so. But Ghanaians, I am when you search deep. Yam penny for more baby be my desperate. I am when you cross check ye. This man, this other angel, I was Zimbabwe. The patch of Kwaku will force on every. On your man of God, who the young report from
in cash in what he believed to be a meeting with Chinese gangsters. Al Jazeera's investigative unit has found the diplomat was videotaped making the offer in a meeting with undercover reporters as part of an investigation by Al Jazeera into networks in Africa that use gold to launder vast sums of money. Hubert Angel is a British Zimbabwean businessman and the presidential envoy. He claims to have made it to the Africa Forbes rich list in 2013. His net worth is around $60 million, and he calls himself the prophet of success. Alexander James has this exclusive report.
Good to see you, Ambassador.
Undercover reporters posing as Chinese criminals meet one of Zimbabwe's most senior diplomats.
Yeah. An ambassador at large, I'm ambassador to 85 countries. But on the special envoy, I'm a representative of the president. That means I can sign contracts, I can sign treaties with government without the president getting involved.
Woman with a trip neck.
Hubert Angel is also an evangelical preacher
Fire the Holy Ghost,
who says he has the gift of prophecy with powers to heal the sick.
It takes the power of God, but it takes somebody to believe for something to happen like this.
Angel was personally appointed by President Emerson Mnangagwa to bring investment into Zimbabwe.
He is my first ambassador at large assigned to promote Zimbabwe brand.
Zimbabwe's economy has been devastated by corruption and more than 2 decades of sanctions imposed by the United States and Europe. The local currency has no international value. The country's biggest earner of US dollars is gold.
You want a gold? Gold, we can do it right now. We can make the call right now, and it's done with the president of Miners Association right this minute.
The president of Zimbabwe's Miners Federation is Henrietta Rushweya.
They want to invest in gold and buy gold and maybe send a private jet, picks up gold every week.
That's perfect. No, that's okay. Let's do it, bro.
$5 million can be cleaned every week.
We get gold worth $5 million every week. We take it out, bring another $5 million.
The ambassador is not bothered that the cash is being laundered.
It's money that cannot be declared in the country of origin.
We've already discussed it. We don't want to talk about it.
He explains a plan to smuggle the dirty cash into Zimbabwe using his diplomatic status.
Right now I can put a bag like this with 1.2 billion and put a red tape written diplomat. That's it.
Under the Vienna Convention, states agree to exempt diplomatic luggage from airport searches.
It's a very, very easy thing. It will land in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe can't touch it too. Until I get to my house. Yeah, you can understand. Okay. So they can be a diplomatic plane.
Ambassador Angel, Henrietta Rushweya and President Mnangagwa did not respond to our request for comment. Alexander James, Al Jazeera.
And you can watch the first part of the 4-part series in the Al Jazeera investigation, Gold.
So, we are a prophet angel. I was Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe Abain appointed as a cabinet minister. Into Yamano diplomatic passports. Now, what you should say diplomatic no at the smoking code at the call Amanane Koton every week. Na Sika will make you $5 million. Sani paya na offren hose or your man of God. Na offren hose when you were tifwa or shan come was sayati. O tifwa or shan come sayadi no, and yet then were yes smoker. Now, this also angel Abura Kana. Obura wa man kana no. Wa bewura krombo. When your access F man penny for be friend no. I was say woman come say about 2 year kwana can o me wini. the cash NDC phone call. Or send some come in here, you know. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia train or no so called friend. And we'll catch Dr. Mahmoud Baumia say, or no so be winning. And now some of the can of one thing said, and this impending from friend. And this impending for Yasuatre, so Mumia, or my friend. Prophet Inji Weba Bontembe Katre said, and this form friendly Yame Adavete in Comshano at the Ama Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Me Kasabo radio swap, me get search. The producers are Menomonam, and yet easy. Saduma women of the bar first our Republic of Ghana. Yeah, challenge your buying. You near Banco, you near Bantam, you near demonstration. Make Kwaku skate. 2017, men of the bar. Satan will be started this job. There was some one on country. Me ho, and your baby Samisi, Pequania, your Befa swap, meditate, license, and this radio in United States. There was some panel. Challenge me. Let me be a new medicine channel. Me selfish and I mean person but I am just a woman children will be at here. Not only pan want to remove in bone cancer. It's any panel where you're dangerous. Me so will be children, my dear. Let me your opportunity will be here. Put the penitentiary in the minimum. But to be through a common, but children will be at here. Say. No, ni pan fee said one more. Me. We just had the papa. Now, this also free the catcher about Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Sir, Baumia the baby. Orion was a catcher can afford you as in and said, what record Obiani or my video. Now, what concretely was said one when the said, President Mahama Berini. Orion was so as I said, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Berini or catcher one that so marine. Or Jimmy in the voice at all. And Tibakuini and President Mama Berini Pat and was shut down by one thing said. As a man in the kind, President Mama and the cast will be reading. But this man is a fraud. Or software no Becca said, Reverend Super Pameka said, or software friend, or no offer or Subempa. I'm more friend, some what do you call Duncan Williams. This man of God. But when you scam, when you fraud, or so for your man appointment, I was Zimbabwe. Now, ODT Bonnet, I smoke gold every week, or manager party, one of what Mrs. Sa. Now, when you should diplomatic passports, now on the court, what tongue, no with this can. Agazira, yes, I'm mobile.
In cash in what he believed to be a meeting with Chinese gangsters. Al Jazeera's investigative unit has found the diplomat was videotaped making the offer in a meeting with undercover reporters as part of an investigation by Al Jazeera into networks in Africa that use gold to launder vast sums of money. Hubert Angel is a British Zimbabwean businessman and the presidential envoy. He claims to have made it to the Africa Forbes rich list in 2013. His net worth is around $60 million, and he calls himself the prophet of success. Alexander James has this exclusive report.
Good to see you, Ambassador.
Undercover reporters posing as Chinese criminals meet one of Zimbabwe's most senior diplomats.
An ambassador at large, I'm ambassador to 85 countries, but on the special envoy, I'm a representative of the president. That means I can sign contracts, I can sign treaties with government without the president getting involved.
Woman with a trip niff.
Hubert Angel is also an evangelical preacher
Fire the Holy Ghost,
who says he has the gift of prophecy with powers to heal the sick.
It takes the power of God, but it takes somebody to believe for something to happen like this.
Angel was personally appointed by President Emerson Mnangagwa to bring investment into Zimbabwe.
He is my first ambassador at large assigned to promote Zimbabwe brand.
Zimbabwe's economy has been devastated by corruption and more than 2 decades of sanctions imposed by the United States and Europe. The local currency has no international value. The country's biggest earner of US dollars is gold.
You want a gold? Gold, we can do it right now. We can make the call right now, and it's done with the president of Miners Association right this minute.
The president of Zimbabwe's Miners Federation is Henrietta Rushweya.
They want to invest in gold and buy gold and maybe send a private jet, picks up gold every week.
That's perfect. No, that's okay. Let's do it, bro.
$5 million can be cleaned every week.
We get gold worth $5 million every week. We take it out, bring another $5 million.
The ambassador is not bothered that the cash is being laundered.
It's money that cannot be declared in the country of origin.
We've already discussed it that we don't want to talk about it.
He explains a plan to smuggle the dirty cash into Zimbabwe using his diplomatic status.
Right now I can put a bag like this with 1.2 billion and put a red tape written diplomat. That's it.
Under the Vienna Convention, states agree to exempt diplomatic luggage from airport searches.
It's a very, very easy thing. It will land in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe can't touch it until I get to my house. Yeah, you can understand.
Okay.
So they can be a diplomatic plane.
Ambassador Angel Henrietta Rushweya and President Mnangagwa did not respond to our request for comment. Alexander James, Al Jazeera.
And you can watch the first part of the...
Right, somebody. And Ghana, Obishan Kuma, as a someone yes search. If any panel record. Yeah, let me tell you, this man of God. Man of God, we are maybe one voice. Make Kwaku get my follow na check. My yen search pray. Or ye clean man of God. Your friend of Kofi King. Fire One TV on the Yenedia. Or Shankom said President Trump. I be your president about 4 years ago. The 12 company over Shankom. Maybe I will buy a castle or the Dimusa, President Trump be a president. And yet this also from America. And you know. Now, South Sophia me Baba Boni Tepu Kroya. Or Shankom said President Mahama. They be winning this election. Every day, now on the update back and I'm back. Former President Mahama. I am President of the Republic of Ghana. Nipa woman from man of God.
Spirit of God said, this election on the 7th of December, the Spirit of God said, John Mahama is going to win the election. The NDC is going to win the election. And I gave this prophecy way back in 2023. And I narrated the vision I saw with the angels of the Lord in the vision, and whatever they told me. If you go and search on Fire One TV, you will find the prophecy. It is there. If you also go to search on Kofi Global TV on YouTube, you also find it. I said it before, and I'm saying it again. Nothing has changed. John Mahama is going to win the election on the 7th of December, but the Spirit of God said it is not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. They have to be vigilant and they have to fight to ensure that the election is not rigged. Because I've also prophesied and I've spoken about the Tifri aspect. That was last year.
Also, for a section that could tip where you clean man of God. So, also for number we are, who bet me in a casa. Catch this man of God, we are very, very clean. Now, Ghana suffer the preparation come, say, oh, right, Mahama, Mr. President, and to me, your president will kind of be a software at that for a 12 for Muku Ghana. Now, what do we your phone and nam? To some prophet, a software machine come, the NTT Pimo.
Respect me when they come and see me. I'll give them advice. You don't respect me, you and your folks. So Monya de Mobeye. Say me in Ghana. Obisi Domama there win in 2020. The vigilant win. Yes, enter John Afa. But was so ding. It's the other bread is a Pharaoh. It's so the found and this phone yako. The moment they did into Sabamia. Ebe fuck me. Me say it's to pay. The more dating to Warinia.
Mumashima sorry that. Unto said your Mahama, and we need this election here. You pack it into me, Munamonsheme. I'm telling you this. I was studio, last studio, Ghana for you na Ebeshe. Ewa Hanum. Said your Mahama, we need election we are.
Don't trust me, Osawawai. Or say I love Mama Party, but Mahama will be winning. Only trust me. All the MPP people come out, come and jubilate. Come out and jubilate. It is possible.
Me to nyame senke be kawie.
Say every winia.
Ekebe so be e bo ni nyame din.
It is our patch say MPP winia abade be kawie.
Oh, fi. Oh dear. Fi, me say, me di the radical no enye say me fi uhumani.
For the last time. Okay. But we will beat them.
Hona me hu say NPP Dr. Baumia asori oko no odru baabi akonya no na ene bi ka say ontena so oti ne na no tena so na hu say 3 entities appeared, but they appeared in the Mobile party bia. And I mean who said, Sa Bosumia and Suma Demono. Aya me and Sakuta to me and Sangina, and almost had done a man. But of course, Sakunas Rukuta Safwa, Asafon a Jago Bebri. That was a dear dick kind of beshanins.
Yeah, can't come share, and one Bishop Jewel. Obiara washem kombia wabua. Oh boy. Obiara washem kom. No one to manche the Yankopon de Nesi wa maye. Say owura bamiana onyame yi na si obia odi atro masem titro pa no.
Samaki sai Yahuwa ila honu Yahuwa eka. Amen. We are hata at Yahuwa. Amen. Allah can be Kaluvika. Amen.
Hello.
Ya tu abani we anabo say nyame wa frame and aso on frame. I am the youngest prophet. Our Ghana. The kind of crown natural. MPP are winning. And your hands down. Answer special voting. And this in a lady. Now me aduma Saturday. Ebe over mo. Gidi.
Ana me who say Dr. Baumia of MPP and Professia. Ana sign me who say Bosome ana Bosome ana start them. Bosome ana start them. Eti me who you know na enkofo try some kofro ahingwa. But ahingwa no mokofo no. Ahingwa is the 9th position. Like can make steps 1 2 3 4 5 6 9. Okay. Ahingwa ni si. But ahingwa ni si hono. Na enkofo egwa no dos ba obia try some for obi drew 4 no atiaba. Obi drew 5 no atiaba. But ehona me who say NPP Dr. Baumia asori oko no odru baabi akonya no na ene bi ka say ontena so oti ne na no tena so na who say 3 entities appeared, but they appeared in the Mobile party bia. And I mean who say Sa Bosumia and Suma Demono. Aya me and Sakuta to me and Sangina, and almost had done a man. But of course, Sakunas Rukuta Safwa, Asafon a Jago Bebri. That was a dear dick kind of beshanins. And Sana Sa Bosumia or Samoa and Suma Star at Demono.
Mobaji Abamo MPP Mobaji Abamo.
Anti we Canania. I will ye bremo. Ma wedding ho. Me masofu be me tata. Me masofu be me fool. Be a one in one cassette one also. Let be a trust him the bomb pie. When Yanko Pompe Piquama. United States of America. Obe kwa sorry. What set time was sorry 2 hours. open tema koye adwuma make sika enti de ya weke said ye be pia former president Mahama de adwuma beba fie na meburu mo ho atom no monye pia ye enti ne ani abre because adwuma wo ha o peta ma koye adwuma make sika bo pocket we need time I got transfer them Ghana will be to transfer them for 8 hours how 8 hours no sika me make wo krom ha me ye car ho adwuma me felt am ye ho adwuma ye car mechanic body work car detailing I use compound wax shampoo leather condition leather interior fabric protection paint protection and your quality experience if you see in this country we want one certificate I want one license so what I say the way I repair car rim make you rim the rim will repair and the kuku Amazon near the ton and make it sika and you know what we need time about transfer for them they hear some weekend and you may lazy I dear me pen with my brabum say abemwa be lazy bichi adwuma ne de bi pa but as someone you know on which that was when you be the few abusiafo no abusiafo bo de kasa bo so wo mama aha enra me kwa adwuma na what that you say 20 degrees na me gina wo mu ye adwuma e kasa ko gina wo mu ka na bubefu nsuo tokra wo kwa adwuma ha nsuo to a esese wo fa nsuo kwa adwuma me wo Ghana na me kuta me business na nsuo to a me fa kwa adwuma because me dia yama akame ho enti ma anya adwuma na metete enti wo ye emabunu wo ye young this is the time one time ni say esese wo de show video say wo sua adwuma wo ye adwuma enu nti na owura president Dramani Mahama say what the apprenticeship program at the pa eya dia Kwaku sket mani che ho papa eya dia etama koma so pa because a mamuna mo fie me ba be chere mo nyoma bebre the one kasa wo dia bobra e bia nam saade no so kra de beba United States of America enti madam ase se moto apa ade mo wura drum mama me ba be beautiful lights sia na machi wa twenkyere kakra na yinyira yetimi yakoye nim kan wakoma to yam say na former president Mahama and as a president Mahama wapa obetena kunwa no so on the 7th otena so wia oye kan no mampani bo hye bia wo hye je ye behwe ye ne be kasa especially me mabunu na mo hia me because said ye mabunu we moto apa no se muni wa kaka ne ni ho atosu biem asanteman owura John Mahama ye ne be kasa said ye be ya obema asanteman aye the one priority to say the greater cry no emputu dwuma be koso asanteman big time said ye be ya mo asanteman mo de ma twanyina be ma ndc amanyoku no because omono ni abaya omo ye mpuntu dwuma wo potem enti me ni wumie no fa hye gwadwenem so what I say ndc ni amanyoku a wo ye adwuma president Mahama pay mudi bia ewom odbema santemai na santemai mudi mani de ndc chi ama 2028 watu abapa ade amowura John Mahama me omampani akufuado ade meto the wanted list so e wo Ghana se me ba Ghana obabi ayede ya chebe atende wonyame ohata so yakasa ade meto wanted list so time me kwaye demonstration ade tie na akufuado with York a me kwashia with the hotel 1 and 1 almost me ku abana nanim ase and you frame me all the way from Jubilee House hona and the wire scratches a President Mahama ama yekusu a yesisi hono the meto wanted so and then President Mahama pa anado me ba Ghana enti upo wako ewiye nti nwum we eye nwum a edama koma so pa metia na bihu metia na me yata President Mahama me President Mahama me don te seto me na obe krum ha na me kope pa ne mpaboa ho me hanki de kope pa ne mpaboa ho san de pepa mani hwe wonya wo dia na ade ayesa se de me pedon Mahama asem no producer shawo mobo ibi e bon mo pie na me bie phone lines shawo po aka oh mata de na chira je picture the data de na chira oh mata de na chira ya chuho chair and I'm not called by me so much not I didn't see you what and I'm what I didn't see like somebody doing that we don't be an yes if you always say if you don't want to be they were not there. I will not talk about Mahama, President property. How much potential is that? What do you want? Oh my God, energy. We shall not sense the good. I do not make a try. I do not remember the chicken. I'm not going to my dear crew. President Mahama property. What was that energy? And your best, no best for who should not go to Bambi? Who should not be a channel? Who must have energy? And your best, I'll give them a banana commercial that didn't get me. If you have to be a family, if you have to tell what it be, and if you must have to come back and say, yeah, so many of them was and the people Ghana. So what do we really do? And the people you got beautiful lives. That's so much like we don't want to have the bro. The Yami be a property, the Yami be a college of Dramani Mahama, the resident to property. I will put here. You will play the horse in the nipa, one thing in nipa, one shady passo, a shadow of bread of horse in the mouth. Not present to me every day and soccer. Who should travel the Mama more? And you're better, and you're not come I put my mess down the bar. And I've got this just with 3 years myself who can't cry. And I'm very with Germany. In the area of video, who is and not the someone to me who can I could stop the someone to me who can Let me feel some of that is some. Let me treat you some because you speak cassette here, because you speak cassette here, the man was say it. I mean, who said how we are. And you know, okay, remember your followers when you are getting friends. And then the one that you have become a container and be pressure when you begin to free one time. You begin to free me pressure, cannot be pressure. You be prepared to have a black for them to stop. You be prepared to have a tea. You be prepared to have a hammer. Yes. But when the people crack, it's so with them. They went to me about a week for 100 years about the power. The way your mama is so, the same classic method for years. The forget you are proper them as and you have a show. I will jump and say, if your followers, you are missing here, I come and say it. As some people are shouting another. The city of the country, you be doing the free system, no shop. But maybe your son likes we call play. Kwaku skirt about what can't say and the number me the Juma a fresh number the use to sound of manager. Ima, why are ready? I'm a from Mon Festival idea call. We travel to travel to the area see a better call back one and be a new Pia. Na yetimi ako. And yeah, you should number na you using the Pia. We different number. Yeah, try up say. Ima with Yemia, the Pamacho, and Tessa, young family course. One share of Momale. Sabra, United States of America, the Bia Manatum. One minute, you can't afford, not can afford connecting in life. Our Kana. You peer Ahmanatum Sisia. Wogram now also made you white venture. We were 10 minutes. Amedefa phone calls. We patch out 10 minutes on my phone. And the Jemenisa. The producers who are sending my own fine easy cry. I'm going to be a human for the past 8 years. The producers there before Musifo. Sabra was from the United States. Says here they didn't come on. Number me de America
68 FM Conference Center. You will be connected now.
Zero.
There is one other participant in the conference. Please announce your
520-453-7061. 520-453-7061. Okay, Ghana line on Adam. Aha. Ghana number the Juma. Ghana direct call. 055 0500 64 20080. The Pacha Moya from the National. What kind of know which year me? Who bet me after me 0500 64 2080. Ima, no feedback at all. Ima, no feedback at all. No feedback at all. 05. Papa Chow. Kind of number is 0500 64 08 08. Number na dia na mo boy. Producer mo ma me number si ni why. 0500 64 2080. Me pacho me si subi 05. Okay, you may free so. Me am fa call 0500 64 2080. Course no, I don't body na. Hello. Hello. Me pacho why you for the Kasamaye. Hello. Okay. The phone on Zoom. Me pacho Italy. Utiemia. Kasamaye. Confirm with me phone calls, Papa. Hello. Okay. Kind of lie. I did Juma. 0500 64 2080. More from United States of America, go to Africa. 520 435 7061. 520 453 7061. 520 453 7061. Police are no messing up. Watching a money baby flip. The use of money flip. Any baby adorso. Ghana 0500 64 2080. United States of America 520 453 7061. Antidola offer your was article Sabra. I America cry or buy a befound. None of one on lies and may a problem kakra. And say feedback kakrebi a womb. Ima Sawiya ready your part of Fred back. Fred the same nomana. Fred the same nomana. Ima Adesia for more friends. 0500 642080. 0500 64 2080. I can't send baby a dinner on Sukuta. But the 10 minutes per phone call. Hello, Kasadi Uncle. 4 women found phone calls. Until we bar Kasa, you found me Pacho Kasa. Okay, producer. So on Casadia, young queen. Because phone me and my personal phone, me fan pick a phone. Or study a yaya system, or me and my cell phone. The producers a change system no to me use. And the numbers now you dear two channel. Your WhatsApp line, Uber your friend WhatsApp line. A 050 63 38 5841. And your WhatsApp line. And the Sabre so with you, your pay lines not to Makasa Bebre, a dear now Sukuta. 10 minutes, 8 minutes, my pong. Ghana phone calls in the high. It is a America now person will bar. Boom, the bachelor working. Be so kind. Me say, as I say, a by election. I can't want some. A day and a one so Ukuta. Be cool, be a Yabianka. A beer lies and atom. Open to me after me. Ghana lies and all I will off. But open to me after me WhatsApp line 050 63 38 050 638541. And we WhatsApp line. Who are American? The patch of from 520-453-7061. United States of America 520-453-7061. And check with the you know baby yeah. And then and the ones who could we could be Bianca. Numbers 9 be every with this one. Producer for and agree when you numbers being free. Na income you make crowd also to me numbers no. I did be would you use you and I mean with your echo. But they say much of me. Over to me after the United States of America 520-453-7061. A time as so. Yeah, the system the year time no so pay na reject me seven call because in the meantime and the other also. And it's a more Friday, the comedy, you know, ABC. Ghana, in your problem, Kakrebi, and phone lines because you need a commander, and then first time, yeah, they try, and will come say. And the comedy in ABC. Ubi Abaso. Hello? 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 What the menka?
Hello,
yeah, to say. Patch out to menka.
Hello,
yeah, you tell me, what the menka?
Aha, I think I'm a two.
Okay.
I don't go, you man.
Yeah,
miss it all. Yee. The mission you know. The mission was if winning now. Oh, Jinny will be something. I don't go any opinion, maybe to me, James. Why I did it. Oh, by me. I mean, she won't count. You may win me not that. It shall be almost no one to win. I said, what do you think? You treat a in the book at near the figures of me. I mean, I know it means oh my God, and yet the channel only for go to move. But we are yet at this one, naming crop. Oh my dear, and I was so good tonight. So I couldn't pray a deal away. And then I come. What can be? What kind of question?
Yes.
What did you say?
Antidora Rasoma 1 minute. Antidora Rasoma. Imam say. Oh, Jomo friend WhatsApp mom. W, sir, first straight call no, now can't tell me the first you will pressure. The patch out to us, mamma. Antidora. Yeah, patch out to us, mamma.
I don't mind what can more be dressed and bring out some to Koyama. Is here, Mamma Group. I didn't name Mamma no crowd can dear Mamma Group. Hobson, I am a desert, say the guy. What can you for plain? After the pen mobile make him a pet. Chiniona such a knuckle. I for investment every Angoganama and bring egg money. I was your mamma will hear from your boom. Me say I tell you, woman, you free prison. No more for the name for that time of for Google. Or when you give more, I tell you, say, what they say, I go a born that nay, be refitted.
That they said,
no, when they see you, woman, you know, no more for a good for the name don't go any public for the name for cool myself for I tell you, I never made that for no one guy ever tell. I did not want to send me when we asked him. I mean, we say, okay, Nico busy, yet the need to, and I had the manifesting, and I yet had. I just had dream. What can I get upon you for the one pa? One and I come. You be a name will be a text. And then one way I found. You even never found a woman who is a woman and bought the pa. Like Lisa, give a good decided man. Almost all fascinating. And now we be saying, who would be dear community feel with shit. And this is when I know what my feel with me. I didn't know it. Feel money would be at home. I didn't put in a couple of one what they are. We are about to you. And that's all my rule. Woman did choke and choke. Woman, I didn't choke a fair power and not to say, as a woman, as a woman, food at this one. No more, I didn't people when we woman such a woman didn't know my pony at the young people. Namia, the bonino was so kind of feeling Namia, and what saying. Said you, we Israel for free with Zimas as well. Or what is in deal when you are going about what was a woman to him in your packing, then you may or may not so. And then you put me so my power no fast living a father than a so. Then you're gonna first soon in your meeting. When you put it for the minute, one people for the put it for you. Oh, my hours and for no, my days of so great. And this is also, and this is a woman to my mother. Said the woman, yeah, woman, so what Panama to my side, near the 12 and a day. I don't come with us.
So that's it. You're interested in a can of call 0500 64 2080 0500 64 2080. Who can now waiting for me? You did test it, Yahoo within 5 minutes, my phone. Now, hosting Adoye and this is for when you're very careful, hosting Adoye, which I make an answer when you're very careful. Obin Casa Mama and Ante. But when you're careful, get to Chrome, I'm a hosting Adoye, try take it. I bet Chrome has what by finding the Yako. And then, my picture hosting Adoye to say, me. Yanni Mukra, ya brayano, Obin to me from in point 7 in ya. Hey, sir. Now, maybe binting my idea of Papanti. Ulmantina and my 18. And this is from Penny for. Apart from Ulmai and the Julius, why what me a frame? I can't say Kwaku. Drama pray. Fine. But then, my swap of Siadoya at a time. Because of Siadoya pay community. Yafa Kola. Hello. Hello. Good evening. Man, we didn't idea what Casa free. Number idea 0500 0500 0500 64 2080 0500 64 2080. Hello, good evening. Okay, phone lines now. MYA. You did in BC. Now we have much in a band for phone calls. Ima, Mengori, or Chinaiba, catch almost so many appetite. Comas will be a casa. Because Maba, me young man, maybe a men, your mahume may twin. But then you want to make offer, Meme, how much as a major mahume. They will also on my back. Swallow, and he yet died in a mepa, but Shannon son. May the comedian be see her. May sorry see, may the producers, Bob, Robert, Evelyn, Gladys, Asante Joe Boy, Obapasa, Wabi Dominasi. Me and me tonight comedian show, me did the Kwaku skate. The time, a bomb a cocoa pack cry. May the comedian in Abysia, one to me in Kabima, or bar the other Dumia, Yamia Duma, the new Bishia, Watchna, Enubre, Macro.
Thank you. took a close listen to the words of Kennedy Japan some years back.
They say, Akufo-Addo to say, Edria is Siwa, any wow. Yes, with the Galamsey. Oh, Madam, I'm telling you, main is from Akufo-Addo to what to say. Edria is Siwa, any because he rot. Galamsey, when it comes to Galamsey, complete.
This is a suggestion of corruption at the very core and root of Nana Addo himself when it comes to Galamsey. There is one man who has been at the center of some of the biggest scandals that has ever hit this country since the NPP came to power. From PDS, Ejapa, and now illegal mining, popularly called Galamsey. It's the man Gabi Ochiri Dagon. On the 7th of April 2017, a few months after the NPP government came to power, Gabi took to Twitter and wrote this: "Posterity shall not forgive Akufo-Addo and our government if we don't win the war against Galamsey." A few months later, the president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, at a gathering of eminent chiefs, made a solemn promise on Galamsey, saying this:
"I am prepared to put my presidency on the line on this matter. I've heard it being said."
A couple of years down the line, and Ghanaians have learnt a bitter lesson. Instead of fight to end Galamsey, they have rather been the biggest supporters and defenders of Galamsey. And this is why. Ghanaians have been in a state of shock after a report by the former Minister of Environment, Professor Frimpong Boateng, which seeks to give credence to the realities of how the presidency and people close to the president are neck deep in the business of destroying the country. The report exposes the president and vice president, presidential staffers, and many others in the destruction of our forest and water bodies in the name of Party Hiansika. This report, written by Professor Frimpong Boateng, was sent to the presidency years ago, and until recently leaked by the loud silence media, the presidency did nothing about its content. Note that the author of the report is Professor Frimpong Boateng, a specialist heart surgeon, the founder of the Ghana Heart Foundation, as well as the head and founder of the Cardiothoracic Center at Kolibu, who was the head of the Ministry of Environment, which oversaw all the fights against Galamsey in the first place. This is a man who has authority, unblemished integrity, and most importantly, oversight responsibility over the fight against Galamsey. One of the names mentioned in this report is the name Gabi Ochiri Dagon, who is a lawyer for one Donald Ensure, the owner of C&J Alaska and Heritage Imperial. It turns out that as far back as 2016-2017, these companies have been involved in illegal mining, polluting and destroying our water bodies, and the records will show. On the 29th of November 2016, Dr. Tony Orbin, former CEO of Minerals Commission under the NDC administration, cautioned C&J Alaska against engaging in illegal mining on their prospecting license. Again, on the 30th of January 2017, Dr. Tony Orbin wrote to C&J Alaska to caution them against engaging in illegal mining without requisite permits and approvals. In 2017, this company, headed by Donald Ensure, was reported by the head of Mineral Commission as engaging in mining without the right documents. Donald Ensure's company, C&J Alaska and Heritage Imperial Limited, have a long history of abusing mining permits, causing destruction of Ghana's forest reserves through illegal mining activities under the pretext of a prospecting license. Before now, on the 2nd of October 2017, John Peter Amewu, MPP's own Minister for Lands and Natural Resources then, wrote to C&J Alaska regarding the Drabo concession and directed them not to carry out any mining operations in the concessions until their mining lease has been ratified. Donald Ensure and his Canadian partner owned C&J Alaska Limited, which operated mainly in the Diasu Forest Reserve in the Dencho-Obuasi area. It has been said that Major Mahama died protecting the Galamsey concessions of this very company Gabi is affiliated to, whose illegal mining activities was destroying Dencho-Obuasi and was being protected against the interest of the people of Dencho-Obuasi, who meted out their anger on Major Mahama, an innocent man who most likely had been sent there by higher powers. In the report and consequent responses, Professor Frimpong Boateng cited this company as engaging in illegal mining. He mentioned that at the time, government had banned all mining activities. Since mining was banned, they were stopped. This angered Gabi. Prof said to his shock, mentioned that Gabi Asari Ochiri Dagon, who he expects to know better as a lawyer, called to defend the company that actively destroyed our environment, especially the forest and river Offing in the Apaprama and Krobo forest. After the report leaked, we can hear Gabi here pretending he did not know that at the time he called, government had banned all mining and what his client was doing in the forest was illegal.
I have a client who has all the documents or permits and licenses required to do prospecting, everything. And he goes on site, and then soldiers come to basically not just stop them from working, but to seize all the equipment. So I asked the minister, but they have permits, so what really, I want to understand the issue. And then the minister fires back and says, they are not prospecting, they are mining.
Was Gabi not trying to use his influence as the nephew of the president to force the hands of Professor Frimpong Boateng to allow the illegality against our forest and water bodies to continue? Why would Gabi resort to telling clear lies? Did he, Gabi, not know that the said company only had a prospecting license which is not used for mining? Did he, Gabi, not know that there had been a ban on all mining activities by government? What else would cause Gabi to call the minister and throw his weight around? Did he, Gabi, not know that there has been previous letters to the very company from Mr. Albin and Mr. Amewu at different times since 2016 to stop illegal mining? Why the deliberate attempt to use his position to intimidate the minister and continue destroying our forests and waters through illegal mining? Both Donald Enchua and Gabi Ochre Dakon are enemies of the state and collaborators in a criminal conduct. The time has come for action to be taken against these enemies of state. We cannot allow them to continue to compromise the future of the country and the well-being of our people.
Say, Akufo-Addo to say a dua is siwa any wow. Yes, with the galamsey. Oh, madam, I'm telling you, main from Akufo-Addo to what to say a dua is siwa any because ni rot. Galamsey, when it comes to galamsey, Akufo-Addo a rot complete.